As a tech reviewer, there are very few products that I stick with day in and day out. And since it's Prime Day, a lot of brands tend to have their own discounts in addition to Amazon Prime. So I thought it would be a nice time to showcase some tech that I use every single day and just hopefully introduce you to something new that could perhaps find space in your everyday life. And this isn't just a sponsored showcase. There's no like Grams 28, there's no Claude Notes, none of the usual names that crop up in every other sponsored showcase. Everything in here I've been using daily for over a year. Now, many of these products have discounts at various times of the year, so I will link to everything down below, so do check those for the best currently available price. But some of these have some pretty significant discounts available at the time of making this video, so be sure to stick around because there is just some really good stuff here that is on a big discount that I use every single day. Now, starting off with one of the biggest purchases that I've made, which is on a very steep discount right now. Our long-time viewers of this channel will know that I am a huge fan of ultra-wide monitors. The 49-inch Samsung Ultrawide has a very deep discount at like 40% off right now, and the Samsung 57-inch Odyssey Neo G9 also has almost 40% off, I believe. Now, that one has been out for over 2 years now, and I'm about to post my 2 year later video. But back then I paid $2.5 grand for this monitor, and you can currently get it for around about $1,500. But we are not far off from CES 2026, where I'm hoping we will see a glimpse at least some rumors or just maybe some technology at the next version of this monitor, hopefully an OLED model. But the current generation 57-inch model has been one of, if not just the best monitor I've used overall for gaming and especially for productivity, just for the sheer amount of screen real estate that this gives you without like awkward bezels with multiple monitors like joining them together. Now, it has a decent resolution, 7680 by 2160. It's 140 pixels per inch, 240 hertz with adaptive sync and 1000 peak nits, which just means that everything looks great from gaming to even emails. Now, sure, it has some downsides, which is why, again, I'm looking forward to their next version. There is no USB-C, it's not OLED, and you have to install firmware updates via a USB dongle. But again, still one of my favorite monitors overall. And also, I'll throw this in here as well. I've been using the Secret Lab heavy duty monitor arm with the 57-inch G9, and that has been rock solid as it properly supports the weight of this monitor. Now, I have it attached to my Secret Lab Magnus Pro desk, I think it is, but you can use it with any desk since it just clamps on like, most monitor arms do. Now, next is ESR, which is a well-known Apple accessories brand, and I've been using 2 of their charging products every single day with both Apple but also Android phones, again, for over a year now. They were the first brand who pioneered the CryoBoost technology, which actively keeps your phone cool whilst charging by using a built-in fan so that it can charge faster whilst keeping cool, which is especially useful when you are driving, when you typically want to charge and run navigation and music all at one time. Now, both of these products that I use have seen an update this year to use the 25 watt Qi 2.2 fast wireless charging standard. So I'll actually be swapping both of my existing products for the newer versions because it can actually charge an iPhone 17 Pro, for example, to 60% in just 30 minutes versus even the official Apple charger that would reach only 50% in the same time. Now, the first is the ESR 3-in-1 MagSafe charging station. Now, this one sticks to the desk like glue, and because it's a 3-in-1, it means I can charge my phone, Apple Watch and earbuds all at once without just this mess of cables. Even if that phone is an Android phone, you've got newer devices like the Pixel 10 series, which also feature the Qi 2.2 specification, which actually includes magnets, so they can charge here as well. And even if they don't, you can simply use a third-party case with MagSafe, which again, I've been doing again daily. Now, the Apple Watch charger is detachable and also features official Apple certification to charge a Series 10 Apple Watch to 50% in just 30 minutes, which again is great for installing those, pesky Apple Watch updates which require a minimum charge of 50%. And it can also be connected to something like your laptop for some convenient charging. And the area where you place your earbuds has a charging indicator light here just to show you that you're in the right place. And you'll also get an included 50-watt charging adapter in the box. Like, that doesn't happen anymore, much. Now, I also moved the old charger next to my bed, so when I put my phone on charge at night, it goes into the, the iPhone standby mode. Plus, again, the lights, the fan can all be turned off, so there aren't any, bright lights or noises to keep you up at night. And then we have the car charger, which basically takes all of this technology into the car and clips into the air vents, which doesn't cause any damage. And again, this is my first charger that I found that keeps my phone cool, charges it fast, and keeps my phone always charged throughout each day. Now, the next one is actually a brand as a whole, because every single one of their products is incredible. And there is at least one of their products in every single room of my house. The brand is Aqara, and they have quite simply become one of the best smart home brands out of everyone, with products that are both well made, easy to use, and unusually have a pretty open platform that lets you use their products any way you want. Like, many of their products also integrate seamlessly with a Wi-Fi, which, as we all know, is one of the most difficult integrations to set up without it crashing. From lights to light switches to presence sensors. The latest one I've just picked up is the Roller Shade Driver E1, which is just this much more affordable way to turn a dumb blind into a smart blind. Now, this just screws or sticks onto the wall. Then you can add one of the 4 included adapters, thread the beaded cord of the dumb roller shade into this adapter, and now it's just like a clever roller shade, which costs like a fifth of what it costs to buy a fully smart roller blind. Now, it can connect up to one of the Aqara hubs, or you can just connect it directly to something like my Homey smart home system, both of which will let me do very clever automations such as closing the blind on a hot day to stop my daughter's room from getting too hot, or closing the blind automatically at bedtime and then opening back up again when it's time to wake up. And then we have these Aqara light switches. Again, all around our house, every single room has these. So now I can simply configure one of these buttons on that light switch to open or close that blind without needing extra buttons stuck to the wall like I used to do with the Hue remotes, actually, which reminds me I still have one stuck here that I still need to remove. But anyway, like I said, anything by Aqara, amazing, and often discounted for Prime Day deals as well as throughout the year. Next is one that isn't my daily carry, but is all the same a great product. From Valerion, who agreed to sponsor this video with their StreamMaster Plus 2 cinema projector, along with 20% off all Valerion projectors during Prime Day right now. Now, I featured the StreamMaster Plus 2 in a recent video, and it's just incredible to see how far projector technology has come. From 4K UHD resolution with a RGB triple laser with support for Dolby Vision, HDR10+, Dolby Atmos, IMAX Enhanced, Filmmaker modes, to being able to display up to 300 inches whilst retaining up to 3000 ISO lumens. It's great for watching a movie outdoors in the garden, or if you just want to turn your room into a proper home cinema. There's also 15,000:1 contrast ratio, plus Valerion's enhanced black level technology and dynamic tone mapping for HDR content to just look absolutely stunning. And there is even support for 240Hz at 1080p for gaming with just 4 milliseconds of input lag, which is just crazy for a projector, and 4K at 60Hz with 15 milliseconds of input lag. And there are a ton of ports. You've got HDMI, eARC, digital audio outs, a 3.5mm headphone outputs, and an Ethernet port. So it has everything you'd need in a home cinema setup. Plus, it has Google TV built in, which works really well. It's fast, responsive, and comes with a Bluetooth remote with quick access buttons for all of your favorite streaming services. It is one of the very best ways to get the full home cinema experience in your own home. And it's by no means a budget option, but for the price you pay, the quality you get is stunning. And right now you can get up to 20% off their whole range, plus you'll get a free stand when you purchase a VisionMaster Pro 2 only during the Amazon Prime days. Now, next is something that I've been putting off upgrading for quite some time, but it is a huge part of my daily use, and that is my home networking, my home security. Now, my background has always been in IT. I used to run my own IT company. Matt, who works with me, who also worked with me back in my last company, swears to me that the Eero Wi-Fi, which is an Amazon-owned branded Wi-Fi system, is legitimately good. It's simple to set up. Just plug in the mesh routers around your home and just forget about it. There's no like running messy cabling or complicated kind of wiring. The only downside is for more advanced users, you do need to pay a subscription fee to get access to some of those more advanced features. But for most people, it is a great option. Plus, being Amazon, again, that will be hugely discounted throughout the year. Now for me, I've just begun a pretty big project to upgrade my entire house to 10 gigabit networking, upgrade my camera system to the latest products from Ubiquiti. Now we'll be posting a whole separate video about that whole upgrade, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in seeing more on that one. But Ubiquiti sometimes has discounts during things like, Amazon Prime Days and Black Friday, so it's well worth checking them out. Now, from the most basic upgrade, I replaced my old wireless access point with a new Wi-Fi 7 one, and now I get way better transfer speeds from my devices around my home, right through to my current project, which is now installing their range of AI cameras and getting that 10 gig networking into every room in the house. Now, I just love their wide range of products. They are so well built, and there are no subscription fees to pay. Even for their home CCTV system, which is just something I love so much in a world where everything just has a subscription fee attached to it nowadays. Now next is a much smaller and much cheaper item, but all the same, this thing is used by me every single day and even gets taken with me when I travel, and it's the 165 watt portable battery bank from Anker. Now I was honestly so happy when they came out with this product, and now everyone else has just copied their design. But this one provides 25,000 milliamp hours and 90 watt hours, which means that it's small enough to take with you onto a flight when you travel. Now it has two built-in USB-C cables, one which can double up as a handy carry cable, and a second one that's retractable, plus there are ports for another USB-C and another USB-A cable. But this thing solves a huge problem I would always have when I travel, which was, getting onto a plane and then just hope and praying that the charge port on my seat wasn't broken to start with. And then you also have to bring, both a USB-A and a USB-C cable with you, just in case, you don't have the right one. And even then, chances are it will just trickle charge your phone and not even, top it up beyond the charge level. So this thing solves all of that. I can use all of my devices on a flight for the whole flight, and whenever I notice the battery getting low, I just plug this in, quickly top up the charge, and know that I will just never struggle with low battery ever again. Now, switching up a gear, one thing I do at the end of almost every single day is sit down, boot up my gaming PC, and play a few rounds of Call of Duty or Helldivers 2 or Fortnite whilst I chat with my mates. Now, we've been doing this ever since lockdown, and it's been just such a nice thing to do to keep in touch with everyone. And I've tried a few gaming headsets, and for a very long time I was using the Arctis Nova 7 with my Xbox, but in the Prime sale, actually this time last year, I upgraded to the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset, just because I saw how many awards it had won for the best gaming headset, and well, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Also, by the way, I was using this on my Xbox and PS5, but as soon as I connected it to my PC, I got significantly better audio chat quality. Now this headset lets me connect to both a PC and a console at the same time. You can use the headset to actually toggle which one you're connected to, although just a note here, you do have to be sure to buy the right headset to work with the right console, so just kind of caveat there. Now it does have hot swappable batteries that charge inside the receiver, so you're never left without a charge. Using the controls, you can also control the mix of game versus chat audio. So again, you can quickly mute your shit-talking friends when you're trying to actually listen to the game for nearby footsteps. It also has active noise cancellation. There are audio profiles which you can switch between for different games. Plus, this headset also connects via Bluetooth to a phone if you want to, use it to take calls or just listen to music or scroll TikToks, chat on Discord. You can do that. And you can do that at the same time as playing the game. Plus, on the PC, you have the Sonar app, which lets you apply custom EQ settings and just really dig in further and tweak the performance of the headset. Now, this thing is absolutely the best gaming headset I've bought, and I do use it, again, pretty much daily. Now, these products aside, there are also quite a few others that I've seen that are, pretty steeply discounted. So without going into each one detail, otherwise, this video would be very, very long, an hour long or so. Now, I take the M4 MacBook Air everywhere with me. It's incredible, it's light, it's powerful, although I did max the spec out on mine, but even the entry-level spec is incredible value, and that one is usually discounted by $100 or so. The Powerbeat Pro 2 headphones that only just came out really, which I use again every day in the gym, are on a pretty huge discount. I think it's like 30% off. And on my desk, I use the Logitech MX Master 3S, again, every single day. By far one of the best productivity mice ever created. Although the MX Master 4, I think, has just been announced. But again, these always come up for promotional discounts. So everything will be linked down below. Do check them out. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.